And also through the channels of organizations that we contest, it's a good idea.
Yes, I just need to put that there also to reach out to the non-organized youth, non-formal groups who have a black or trans.
And we want to have every feedback to have like people from non-organized youth to be there and
so
to
the point
check.
four is also to ask for feedback, or it's already you have the position?
No, that is
No.
just
It's like
to
the
spread out
a
and
document of the
to
recommendation.
to
So you
lobby.
have asked non-organized youth before. Well, we had discussed
That's
that.
why we ask the stuff is like we want to have like them in every feedback to keep it in mind and to have people from non-organized youth like to give, but we can't reach them at the beginning. Like people who are here, we are no, but basically we talk like it was quite impossible. Like people who are here, who are from non-organized youth, should be like every time taking into account and stuff like that. But stuff like we can't. It's quite. I don't know. We thought about practical reasons. If we want to present it to the General Assembly of the Youth Forum in November, it will be quite impossible to make a whole campaign to reach non-organized youth now.
Plus, I'm not so sure that they would really be interested in the process. But the most important is that they are present in the organ that we will build up.
Yes, that's what we said also.
Yeah, actually, I'm covered, yeah.
Yes,
Because I don't think they will care. They will not understand.
And it's very difficult because we have been talking about, for example, I'll give an example, the Facebook page. But how are you going to explain this kind of structure on a Facebook page?
How to explain co-management? We saw how it was difficult to understand for everyone at the beginning with the conference, with presentation. It would be quite impossible to get it like right now. It would be like a point of the whole campaign, whole project. So.
Okay, so the outcomes of the other group were very, very, very similar.
The only thing I see different
Louis' mom.
is when you say dissemination to other YFJ members. We've been discussing this at length. I don't know exactly what you mean for this, but we thought rather that we have first to talk to the YFJ secretariat and board, tell them we want to share this, and then probably what they will suggest is to put it in the in the courier, YFJ courier. Like we have to somehow also check with the board and secretariat how to contact the membership, because this is not
To
something.
create any conflict.
But we thought, what we thought, I think it was, we are all members of YFJ, and we can also have inputs, which are, like the board is different from YFJ.
No, Elisa's point is just to use the already existing communication channels inside YFJ, not to create tension. So I mean, in the end, it's doing the same thing, but instead of us contacting directly all the youth councils, using the communication channels of the youth.
So, for the second step, we have stakeholders, and then we're talking about members of the YFJ, non-members of YFJ, and then this was a reference to, for instance, LSAT. We didn't really finish that part. Then for the second step, we're going to ask a researcher as a consultant on the documents. And then as a second step, we could address to additional networks, such as universities or any
Especially for the non-organized youth, there's one very good researcher who can help us maybe give feedback on this aspect.
I just have a question, so that the research or consulting, whatever, is actually more like how can we disseminate the paper, not on the content of the paper.
No, it's rather on. They've been working with unorganized youth since forever, and they know the issues of youth participation of unorganized youth. They can feedback this document saying unorganized youth would feel part of this new structure if this was done in this way. I mean, there are people that have been thinking this before, so we should use their knowledge.
Then shouldn't they already be consulted before?
But that's the idea. That's before the comment.
No, but I think we just discussed it and we said we don't really need to consult unorganized youth for the process. I mean, we want to have them involved afterwards, but not now. I mean, because they will not care. But
no, but I mean, the thing is that if the consultant says something like this should be changed in the structure in order that young non-organized youth feels included, then it should happen already before the paper is adopted by...
But the paper is only adopted after comment.
Yeah, it's a long process.
I think we all agree on that. I think we all agree on this.
What I kind of imagine is that at the thematic square, there will be the presentation of the
after all these steps, so once the youth agrees, we will go to the next step and address the commission. Youth will decide if the declaration will be presented as a declaration or a manifesto or otherwise. And the declaration of outcomes will be presented by organizations, IJ or others, in a thematic square.
Before it's comment and then last.
Then at the end it's commission.
That's point 5. That's point 5.
But it will be presented as comment before it will be presented to commission.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so this is point
Thematic.
Thematic.
I think there's some good stuff in the two that we can implement in some stuff because they're like some stuff are not in the same.
Because you only mentioned commissioner, we said that's why this possible.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe in the dissemination inside youth forum, we could also ask one last question: what other stakeholders do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
We will combine these and send it also to the
In the same document, we will also state the follow-up, so you can also comment.
Maybe it would also make sense to like involve experts already now to see also what would be the implications, like if this structure would be established, like where do we have to change the treaty, so what would actually be.
Don't you think that we should count on our internal expertise first? I think at the European Youth Forum they do have the expertise when it comes to these kind of issues.
Antoine? No.
Antoine is our man.